to item 6.2.
And Mayor, I need to recuse myself from this item because I live within 500 feet.
Okay, thank you.
So this is consideration of a request from Build Group to waive the city's noise ordinance for weekend work at 1303, 1315, and 1333 Powell Street. And Assistant Planner Sara will make the staff presentation.
Good evening, Council. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. So this is a noise waiver item for 1333, 1315, and 1303 Powell. This is located on the south side of Powell Street between Powell, Stanford, Doyle, and Hollis. This is a mixed-use residential project under construction. The noise waiver request to have Saturday construction hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for exterior work and interior work from July 19th through December 19th, and Sunday construction hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for interior work from July 19th through November 28th. The type of work that's proposed to be done for the interior is installing flooring, cabinetry, countertops, trims and finishes, painting, and other related items. And there's a lot of exterior work proposed as well for window installation, painting, pool installation, irrigation, new sidewalks, new curbs, general concrete construction, waterproofing, and landscaping. The type of equipment that will be used for the interior is cordless power drills, paint sprayers, and miscellaneous small tools you'd expect for interior work. And for the exterior, there'd be a range of tools that would need to be used, including screw guns, tack hammers, bobcats, saws, shovels, chipping hammers, concrete placement tools, and backhoes and forklifts that would have their backup bells disengaged. The reason the noise waiver has been requested is to expedite project completion, to make up for construction delays, for earlier completion time that would be better for leasing units, and for an earlier completion time that provides faster relief from construction impacts. The notification for this project, for this noise waiver application, was 300 feet, a mailer notification, and a legal advertisement in the Oakland Tribune. Staff recommendation is for denial. Staff does not believe that an early completion date of approximately 1 month justifies working on both Saturdays and Sundays for 5 months. However, if council would like to approve the recommendation, there is also a resolution for that, and that has the standard conditions of approval contained within it for noise waivers. So I believe the applicant is here to address any questions you may have and to speak, and if you have any questions, I'm available as well.
Questions from council?
No, I can't support this, so I'm just telling you right now that I'd make the motion for approve the staff recommendation. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. Yeah. Anyone from the public want to be heard on this item?
Would you, excuse me, would you like to hear from the applicant first?
Please.
Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Come forward.
Hello, my name is Peter Solar, and I work with Equity Residential. I'm representing the owner of the property. If you may be aware, Equity purchased a large portfolio of Archstone properties back in February of 2013, and one of the properties was this project. It had a number of construction defects on the project, so we spent the time and we fixed the construction defects, and we're happy to say that that is resolved, and we're in the process of finishing the project. Unfortunately, the delays that the project was originally supposed to be completed in April of this year, and it's actually going to be completed at the end of January. So it's huge amounts of delays, and it's cost us significant monetary hardship, as you can imagine. We're estimating that we're spending roughly $12,000 a day because of the delay. Some of the benefits that we would have, we're estimating that potentially we would, if we worked on Saturdays and Sundays, we would potentially pick up approximately a month which would actually get us out of the holiday season. We would be completely out of the project and done, which is, in our opinion, potentially a benefit. We understand that working on the weekends and working on a construction site in general is just a big nuisance for the neighbors. And if we're able to be out before Christmas, we feel like that's a great opportunity. I personally have a construction site that's right next to me, and I know what the impacts are like. I have a 5-month-old baby that has to deal with that too, so I understand that. So I think the best way to minimize the construction impacts is just to be done quicker. Today I brought Brian Davey from who's the general contractor on the project. He's with Build Group. He can speak to some of the exercises that we'll be doing on the project. He also if he's out on the site, which he would be on the weekends, they're during the week as well, he would have his phone number posted so that if somebody had any questions, they could call him immediately, and we'd have easily to be accessible. I'm here to answer questions, and really just asking for a favor. We understand you're not interested. But
Any questions for Mr.
I'm sorry
Solar?
about that.
No.
thank you.
Anyone from the public want to be heard?
It's a public hearing?
Huh?
It's a public hearing,
Oh,
so you can open the public
okay,
hearing.
I'm sorry, yes. Now is the time to open the public hearing. I'm sorry about that. So, anyone from the public?
Ron Silverman, Fordham Properties. We have been basically residing in a fishbowl for the last 4 years. I work at a building at 59th Street and Doyle, and the project that is the subject here has paid no consideration or given no consideration to the neighbors. There's no on-site parking. The streets are visually blocked for traffic. The site is basically comes right up to the curb, and people that live in the neighborhood have no peace and quiet on the weekend. If this project were to continue, I could understand some interior work without noise, but then we still have the traffic and the parking that takes up all the surrounding streets. It has been a constant nuisance. I understand that the project has to get complete at some point, but there has to be some relief from day-to-day noise and the impact that this large construction project has, and people just need their weekends, and that's why we have noise ordinances. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Laura McCamey, and I live within 300 feet of this project, and I have a question, which is, what is the current condition? Because I'm pretty sure there's work going on Saturdays now. I see them and hear them there on Saturdays. Is there interior work permitted right now?
Charlie,
You
can
want
you
me to
answer that,
respond to
please?
that?
Yes.
Well, I'm not aware of that. There are conditions of approvals, and the standard noise ordinance for construction work is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. That is about noise. So we have told contractors from time to time if they said they wanted to do interior work. Our response has been, as long as it doesn't make any noise at all that anybody can hear from anywhere, including car radios and the noise from construction vehicles and stuff like that. In other words, if they can operate in such a way that nobody would even know that they were there on the inside of the building, then it's okay to paint walls and stuff on weekends. But notwithstanding that rather extreme circumstance, then the construction hours are limited, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if you observe construction work occurring outside of those hours, please call me or our department right away, and we'll have a talk with the general contractor.
Okay. I can't say for sure. I know there's security on site on the weekends, but it seems to me like I've heard some hammering going on Saturdays, not on Sundays. So I just want to say that we knew when this project started that it was going to be inconvenient, and we're very happy that we'll have new neighbors at some point. but please don't let them work on Saturdays and Sundays and make noise. We really need our weekends. And I want to go back to a few years ago when I believe it was Bear decided that a great time to do some horrible cleaning thing with this, it sounded like you were in a boiler room. They thought Thanksgiving was a great time to do it because no one was around except those of us who lived in the neighborhoods. And having lived through that and tried to have a relaxing time off while one of our commercial neighbors was trying to do some nasty process, I can't imagine living with that for 5 months. It sounds terrible. So I would encourage you to go with the staff recommendation and deny the permit.
Good evening. I'm Elaine Pieri, and I live and work within not very far distance of the project. And I think in the last 15 years, we've had nonstop construction going around where I live. And I really feel that it is definitely inappropriate to have construction going on Saturdays and Sundays. It's an urban environment, I understand, but it is nice to have peace on the weekends and to enjoy it, be it the streets, be it the noise, be it the congestion. So I would appeal to you all to deny this. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mayor. If I could just ask everyone to please sign in so I can get the spelling of your names correctly. Thank you.
Well, I'm encouraged to see that the staff recommends against granting this noise waiver. That's encouraging because our history in Emeryville with noise waiver exemptions or noise ordinance waivers has been baleful. The noise ordinance itself is only like 5 or 6 years old, and I have witnessed the 5 city council members offer waiver after waiver after waiver to developers, some with no finding of fact whatsoever regarding why they're requesting a waiver, other than just they want it. And that seems to be sort of what these gentlemen here are asking for. That's just construction delays, just kind of random construction delays. Well, I'm in the business, and I'll tell you that every job has construction delays, so there's nothing compelling about that. They're talking about chipping hammers and concrete placement equipment. This is extremely loud and also dusty. And if ever is a project you should say no to for a noise waiver, this is certainly one of them. A lot of people live very close by. If you say no, it would be kind of surprising, because it doesn't happen often. I just suppose we're moving on in Emeryville, and we're starting to concern ourselves with livability more, and so I guess it's sort of unfortunate for the two gentlemen asking for a waiver that they happen to be asking now when we are concerning ourselves with livability here more in Emeryville, but them's the breaks. So I think you should say no to the waiver, no on Saturday or Sunday. Thank you very much.
Hi, Judy Timmel again. I also live at 5514 Doyle, and all of our neighbors that I have talked to are definitely against this proposal. Let me point out that this project is across the street from a park. There is going to be really repercussions on the people who use the park on the weekends. We are going to be negatively impacted, definitely. The concrete, as Brian mentioned, backhoes, tack guns, that sounds pretty horrible. The parking is all taken up by construction workers as it is during the week. The cafe is negatively affected, I know, with parking issues, and so please, we ask you to give us our peace and quiet on the weekends. Thank you.
Hi, Darlene from Pain and Rehab across the street from the construction. It's been going on for quite a while. It's really impacted us and our patients. There's always a lot of logistics going on during the day with heavy trucks and construction crews. So anything that would move the project along I would be happy with. I understand the noise would be a problem for the residents. We would not be using our parking on the weekend, so conceivably they could use that for parking, and it would help with the parking. So I would support it, maybe if they didn't have as much exterior work for the neighbors.
Thank you. Anyone else to be heard? No? Okay, with that, I'll close the public hearing.
Second your motion, Kurt.
Okay.
No one opposed. Okay.
So that was in denial of the...
That is a denial of the waiver.
Thank you.
Now from item